Beyond the river, below the ground, that's where Wilbur can be found. With beady eyes and furry skin, he likes to burrow and be fenced in. With several claws on his large hands, he made his home beneath the lands. He was not a rat, nor hog, nor vole, but a really charming, chubby old mole. He slumbered by day and awoke by night, and wandered about while out of sight, digging tunnels of twists and turns, all in search of grubs and worms. But then one night the frost fell harder, and when Wilbur awoke and checked the larder, no worm, nor bread, nor cheese he found, for all the food had gone to ground, and the soil was as hard as rock. So his stomach rumbled and panic set in, and as he thought, he stroked his chin. I cannot go above ground, no, I cannot go up there. That I should leave my burrow, now that would leave me bare. His stomach churned a little as he turned upon his chair, then it screeched a little louder and echoed in his lair. I shall have to go above ground and find some food post-haste, or you'll find little Molly has disappeared to waste. So he gathered his belongings and put on his snail shell hat and shuffled down the tunnel, humming this and that. When he climbed upon the ladder, he struggled with the latch. His snout peered just above ground, peering through a hatch. He saw the frost a-glistening, a great blur of silver white. He saw the great moon shining, bathing in blue light. Then he saw in the far distance a hazy, flickering worm, and seeing it there wriggling, his stomach began to churn. He hopped upon the mound and scurried along the ground, and when he came upon it, a sprightly jump he chanced. He leaped into the air, and upon the blur he pranced. And when he went to chew it, he felt it very grim. He squinted when he saw it. It was really not for him. For when his eyes could focus, he smiled with a big grin. For it was not an earthworm, but a piece of pink ribbon. He went and turned and began to walk, when all at once he heard a squawk. The ground beneath him changed to muddle as the pond nearby became a puddle. He looked around to see knuckles like boulders, with two dark claws upon his shoulders. I dare say there's something foul. Have I been pilfered upon my prowl? Who is this here? What's going on? To whom belong these mighty talons? I am the owl, the ruler of the night, and you, my friend, are dinner. Such a meagre little delight. Well, that's not very nice, Wilbur said. Please consider how I feel. The owl replied, You're lesser, you're a morsel, my next meal. I am not lesser, do not eat me, let me live, and I shall feed thee. Feed me earth, and I shall dig, I beg you, will you free me? The owl ignored and went on to say, "You're quite short, quite fat, quite blind and weak, and it's the duty of the strong to prey upon the weak. It's how things work, how things are meant for the strong to prey heavily until the weak are bent. Might I inquire how it must be so that out in the meadow you should scurry so? Such an offence, such a horrid dent, for nature to have made you so very different. It's how the order goes, and this I'll have you know, that a mole should scurry quietly, unnoticed down below." The little mole wriggled, squirmed and tried his best, when, with a plunk, he dropped into a nest. The owl perched overhead him. It hungered with yearn, and as the owl crouched down to eat him, this is what he learned. "You should not eat me, you know. I'm not a tasty form. You should instead delight in a tasty grub or worm," said Wilbur. "You dirty little vermin! You disgust me, oh so weird. A worm is far beneath me. Now you are too, I fear. Now, remove yourself quite quickly, before I change my mind. For if I don't devour you, you'll find I'm quite unkind. To those that are different, they're disgusting, they are scum. They are all beneath me. Now run along, old chum." Now Wilbur didn't tarry, for now it was his chance to get away quite safely, without his hide being lanced. Along the branch he scampered, hoping none would follow, until he met the tree trunk and bunked within a hollow. He lay down in the hole, a frightened, tired old heap. Though he was very hungry, he could hardly even sleep. And in the morning he awoke starkly. A crazed shout came his way. "Get off my nuts, you vermin! Get out! You cannot stay!" "I do not mean to trespass," cried Wilbur, "nor cause offence or harm today. I will not eat your hazels, dear. I'm a mole, not a squirrel, I say." "But I'm a squirrel," the squirrel answered, "and you have found my nuts. So listen to me quite clearly. I don't want your ifs or buts. Take yourself away. Get out of my nut tree. No one else can have these nuts. These nuts are all for me." Wilbur stood quite firmly and spoke in a soft tone. He did not mean any trouble. He just wanted to go home. "My dear old squirrel, I'm deeply sorry. I do apologize. I'm not a nutty fellow. In fact, nuts I do despise. So there's no fear of eating. An earthworm will do me fine. Or squeeze me out some grub juice, and I shall have grub wine." "You're horrid and disgusting. Get out of here, you hear? Worms and grubs, disgusting. You'll only find nuts here." The squirrel quickly shoo-shooed him and shoved him out the door, when Wilbur tripped upon a tree branch and tumbled to the floor. "Why does no one like me? I'm different, so I hear. I'm all alone and friendless. I'm hungry and I'm weird. I'm not a great companion. I'm lesser, so they say. I'm weak, and though I'm living, I'm for and strong to pray. What is that you're saying? Said a creature hopping by. And why is it that you say it? Tell me, I tell no lie. Well, said Mole, it's a sad old force of habit. It's no story for a rabbit, for I am made for lesser. I am vermin, I am spew. For the stronger ones have said it, and so it must be true. I should have stayed at home, you see, and never wandered out. For the world it is a cruel place when you're weakened and in doubt. The rabbit stood up taller, a furrow crossed her face. She looked at him quite deeply and put him in his place. You're silly to believe them, for you belong, you know. For every colour makes a rainbow, and every being has a glow. So stand proudly, little mole, and you'll really stand quite tall. And let the nasties mock you, and they will grow quite small. You are a little diamond, you are wonderful and unique. And if it's God that made you, then you are not a freak. And sure as I can jump, and sure as you can dig, together the weak are stronger, together we are big. There's room carved out for everyone upon this great wide forest, from the biggest to the smallest, from the richest to the poorest. I'll tell you this once more, let me say it once again. Don't believe the critics, for you belong, you know. Sure as every rainbow has its colour, you are part of it also. And as they wandered home, upon the road they roamed, Wilbur smiled quite brightly. He had his hope restored, for the rabbit didn't judge him, and he hung on every word. For though the mole was different and lived beneath the ground, he was also kind and gentle, and decent-hearted very round. The rabbit took him homeward and kept him nice and warm, and didn't shake or shudder as he devoured his lush earthworms. And though the mole despised adventure, he liked them in the end, for he felt it all the worthwhile, for he had made a friend.